Today I have to clean this Ice-o-matic ice machine. It's all scaled up and nasty, so I just wanted to show you how I go about doing it. Kind of disclaimer to start out, I'm not going to follow the manufacturer's instructions step by step. The only thing I've done so far is I've turned the power off so that I can work on it. I actually have water sitting in the tray back here where it doesn't belong. Let me just go ahead and just fully disassemble this thing, and then I'm going to clean it, put it back together, and then run the chemicals. Kind of show you what my process looks like. That's just like the evaporator cover. That's the top panel. Right side, left side. Water curtain. Transport hose and clamp. So we got water distribution tube, damper, looking at the evaporator, checking for separation. Unfortunately, Ice-o-matics especially suffer from evaporator separation, and we have a tiny bit right here. So the standing water that I was talking about is this nastiness here. It's leaking more than likely between the seal of the evaporator and the base, or right in this crack for some reason. That's where the water wants to come out. And really what that is water gets in between these seams where there's silicone and finds its way down, or in between these seams. There's another one right along this back wall that's kind of hard to see, but it's essentially where the evaporator and the frame of the ice machine meet. This crack here. Also, so right between the gray and the white, there's a seam basically, as well as this seam. So when I take this all off, I'll probably end up wiping some silicone all along everywhere there's a seam, just to try to get that to stop. And then to show you the evaporator separation that I was talking about. So it's not that much, but that one is broken. So pull this guy out. Water tray is pretty tricky to get out, but you kind of pull it forward out of its notch, and the back end of it drops down, and then you have to push it forward, and then it'll come out the rest of the way. That's the nasty stuff we're trying to clean out of there, as well as this nasty slime buildup, whatever that is. All right, so that's out. Pull off this secondary water line that also ends up getting buildup on it, and that goes in the sink. There are a couple little plugs here that hold the float assembly in place. You just unplug them, push them out. We're gonna get all this crap off of here. It's on the outside of the ice machine, but still kind of gross. And then we'll clean the housing out really well, being sure not to mess with the ice bridge thickness, which if you're trying to figure out how to adjust your ice bridge thickness, this is how you do that. Water pump, like a quarter turn. It should come out of there. Might have to mess with it a little bit. And there's a little plug. There is a dump valve that I like to check just to make sure it's not all caked up with scale buildup, and that actually looks really good. It's the cleanest part of the entire machine. Have the ice machine unplugged. That way you don't get shocked. I'm going to take out the ice, get that portion of it done and over with, And then all I'm gonna start doing is just scrub it, rinse it, scrub it, rinse it, clean out this backside, blow it out with some air. I'm just gonna really get after it. I'm gonna need to get back here, clean the condenser, because that's pretty gross as well. And yeah, that's pretty much what I'm gonna be doing for the next 30 to 45 minutes or so. Now that the ice is all removed, this is just gonna go get dumped in the bushes somewhere, out of the way. I wouldn't use any of the ice out of this machine if I was gonna have a drink of some sort with ice in it. Probably use it to ice down some water bottles, but that's about it. Ball of descaler, gloves, glasses, wear your PPE. If you feel like you can spray a little bit and keep it off your skin, it helps break up this calcium. You can see it starts bubbling up as soon as it gets on the surface. This pump sprayer just has water in it, so not anything too special. There we go. Here's a little scrub-a-roni. And I'm just gonna do just like this for quite a while and show you what it looks like when I'm all done. So what I should have done was clean the condenser first before I even started doing this, but seeing as how I already started, I just need to pause for a second. I'm gonna go back there, clean the condenser. The reason why I wanna do that is I'm assuming a bunch of dust is gonna go up in the air, and I want to avoid a situation where this is all clean and then I put dust in the air and this gets all dirty again. So clean the condenser first and then finish doing this. You're just trying to get all this dust out. That way the ice machine can breathe. And then we're gonna blow it out with some compressed air. So I'm gonna call this good for now. It's not perfect. I think that perfect is a little bit out of reach for this machine. No matter how much time you put into it, it's probably still gonna look a little beat, but it's a lot better than when it was. Inside of it, it's nice and clean all the way around. I scrubbed underneath. It's like the outside of the machine, right? But you don't want it to be as dirty as it was with standing water in here and stuff growing on it. This stuff, no matter how much I scrub it, it's not going to come out, along with the scale stains on the side of the machine, along with this. But it is a lot better than it was, and that's the goal. If this location decides to stay up on their maintenances, then each time we come back, the machine will be a little better. Ice machine sanitizer. All I'm going to be doing is essentially just coating all the surfaces. I'm going to pick a piece one at a time, clean it, sanitize it, put it back together, put the machine back together. I don't think I'm gonna do the evaporator seal while I'm here, just because I don't have time for all that. We're gonna quote them because it's another at least an hour worth of my time to dry this out really well, heat it up with the heat gun to get all the moisture out of here, and then very carefully put a bead of silicone all along all of the seams and edges and cracks and crevices in this machine, as well as I'm gonna have to come back anyways. That drain fitting has a crack on top of it right there, and that is another source of water. Every time the machine dumps water, I'm sure there's going to be water coming through that crack in the drain fitting and filling up this area. So we're going to eliminate both of them at the same time. We're going to be cleaning and scrubbing. Now that all my parts are cleaned, sanitized, and the machine is put back together, I'm going to run my descaler through the system just to descale the evaporator, make it to where the ice slides forward off the evaporator, drops into the bin. To put the machine into clean mode, hit this button right here. Your clean light starts to flash. That just means you're actively in clean mode. Once you start the clean process, you're locked in for, I don't know, 27 to 30 minutes, somewhere in that range. As soon as the machine fills up with water, water will then start flowing over the evaporator. So water pump's now running. It's going to do its thing. After about 10 minutes, it'll dump the water, fill with new water, circulate, dump the water, fill with new water, circulate, and that's just to rinse out all of the sanitizer. When the machine ends its clean cycle, usually what happens is this little button, yellow light is illuminated solid yellow, and then this guy is illuminated solid red. For whatever reason, my red light's not showing up here, but there's scale buildup along the bottom of this little touchpad. The scale kind of gets to this little touchpad and kind of builds up inside of it. And then once it builds up inside of it, oh, look at that. That's actually a good example of some of that happens. So this is my touchpad. There's no light on the top, but if I touch down here at the bottom, just kind of press with my finger, it turns on, turns off. That means there's some water has gotten in there, maybe from me cleaning, maybe from the scale intrusion, but we're gonna send them a quote, have this guy replaced, just so that there's no issues going forward. So the quote's gonna be replace the touchpad, replace the drain fitting, and then do an evap seal. There's not a lot, luckily. There's just a little teeny tiny puddle of water right there. Obviously, it's going to build up over time, so we're going to want to take care of it before it turns into something big. So when the clean cycle ends, this is actually what it should like. Both of these lights are illuminated. These two lights on the bottom, they just are mirror images of what these are. So single press of the clean button. Now the machine's in the off state because this light is disabled and that light's disabled. So solid red only. means the machine's off. Press it one more time. Blue means it's in freeze mode. Obviously, the machine's going to fill up with water first, and then we're going to go from there. All right, this thing is taking way too long to make ice. I'm at 26 minutes right now, and that's a little long. I want to pull up the manual real quick. So for a CIM 330A air-cooled, 18 to 23 minutes. I'm a little bit high. That's why I don't really like putting my panels on too soon, because you end up having to take it off to see what's going on. My ice is pretty thick. My this light, let's see what happens. I'll move that down. There you go. So that was 28 minutes. I ended up adjusting the ice thickness to get it to go into harvest. I only moved it one notch, but I'm gonna move it another one. Because this first batch of ice is gonna be pretty thick. Maybe a minute or two, the ice will fall right out of here. There's a sheet of ice, minute and 50 seconds. That essentially wraps up the Ice-o-matic ice machine cleaning and service video. Took the machine apart, cleaned it, sanitized it, ran it through a sanitizer cycle, ran it through a descale cycle, cleaned the condenser. While it was making ice, I changed the water filter. Make sure you date your water filter so the next person knows when it was installed. If you found this video helpful, sweet, like the video, subscribe to the channel. If you thought the video sucked, and smash the dislike button, and we'll see you on the next video.